Pileski and Bill Chapman. If that is your name, you are up in stock buggy right now. All right, yeah, and then Joaquin, let me get you over here in the middle. You called dibs. All right, Kreuzer, you're over here. You may not have had dibs, but when the race announcer called on you, you said you had dibs, and that's good enough for me. I'm fair. I'm fair. That makes sense. You guys are all checked in. Looks like we got one more. You know what? Go ahead and take one more lap, everybody. Everybody take one more lap for me if you like. Not all my transponders are checked in. All right, good, 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 good. I want to make sure my transponders work. I'm too dumb to hand score these things. I need my technology. Lineup for this one, Jacob Shearer going to be in that top spot. Mike Mazer going to slot in number 2. Ryan Schmid in the 3. Larry Wright, the 4th, will be number 4. Anthony Del Giudice will be number 5. J.D. Rudzer will be number 6. James Pileski will be number 7. And Bill Chapman will be your 8th driver in this event. Thanks for the help from the marshals, setting a good-looking grid. All right, all day long it's been by name, but from now on you're going on the tone, drivers. And it's going to sound something like this. Marshals ready, drivers ready. We're going in less than 5. Keep it clean, clean. You don't win it on the first lap, but you do lose it on the first lap. Let's work together, guys. That's about how it's going to look. Looks like Shearer got away free. Mazer hot on tail. Oh, nope, Schmid slid in there. Yep, Shearer and Schmid going to take the first lap. Then we got a battle developing with Larry and Mike Mazer. Little bobble from Jacob. That's going to put Ryan Schmid out front. He's in that green-blue associated over the kicker. Now we have a gaggle for second right. Now it's going to be Larry Wright, the 4th. But here comes Jacob Shearer and Mike Mazer. Your leader going in front of the driver's stand right now with a Titan differential, going to be Ryan Schmid. Looking good. If you see that green and blue associated, give him some room. He's going to be your leader. Second spot, looks like we're going back to Mike Mazer in the red car. There's Jacob Shearer in the purple. He's going to be 3rd right now. Larry Wright back on his horse in 4th. Good job, Larry. Ryan Schmid trying to check out early in this one, get himself a spot in the C main and start the grind uphill. That's your leader, Bill. Good job, bud. Well, that's okay. Just stay out of the way. You're doing a good job. Your leader going over that first double. Going to be Ryan Schmid. Second spot going to be that red car of Mike Mazer. The purple car, Jacob Shearer, directly behind him. Now in front of him, that's going to be the last bump up spot. Shearer moves into the second spot. The last bump up. Looks like Mazer will hang on to that 3rd spot. He's going to be in that red car. And then it's going to be Larry Wright, the 4th, in 4th. Oh, give him some room there. All right, go, Larry, go. Ryan Schmid out front. Shearer's starting to reel him in a little bit. Go wide on the straightaway. Behind you, Kreuzer. Kreuzer behind you. Kreuzer behind you. Good job, Kreuzer. That's okay, Ryan. You're still in the transfer. That's going to put Shearer out front. From the front to the middle to the front again. It's Jacob Shearer in the purple car working that center section. Then we got Ryan Schmid in the green and blue over the kicker. Mike Mazer in the red car. And Larry Wright in the multicolored TLR. Larry is in 4th, so when he gets there, Bill, give him some room. Let Larry go by. Good job. Good job, drivers. Back to the front. Looks like we got Schmid in front of Shearer. That is what we have. We got Schmid over the kicker, Shearer over the kicker, Mazer hunting him down in the red car. We got a battle. Give him some room there, JD. Those are the leaders around you. Well, we do appreciate it. There you go. Give him some room. Good driving. Good job, guys. Good job sharing the track. That's how it's done, guys. And that's the 3rd place right there. And then you're back to going forward, JD. If he gets there, you got to let him go by in that red car. Your battle into the sweeper into the first turn. That's Ryan and Jacob. They battle through the keyhole. Little mistake by Ryan. Oh, yep, there you go. Appreciate it, JD. Good driving. Okay. See you later. Gonna be that purple car going over the last table. That's Jacob Shearer. Ryan Schmidt in the green and blue. He's going to be in the second spot. And then the red car of Mike Mazer. We're 3:30 and 1:30 to go. Nobody locked in to bump up yet. It is still up for grabs. Mazer trying to work his way through some lap traffic. JD doing his best to give him some room. All right, Mike, let's move forward. Looking good. Your leader in that purple car over the first double is Jacob Shearer trying to make amends. Ryan Schmidt doing the same in the green and blue through the keyhole. Mike Mazer trying to hunt him down for that last transfer spot. Through that center section, Ryan looking to tighten it up in the Associated. Mike hunting him down in that red car. The gap is visibly shrinking this lap. We got less than a minute in this main. Shearer's starting to build a little gap. He's in front of the driver's stand. Your battle for second and third in front of the driver's stand now. It's Ryan Schmidt in the green and blue. Mike Mazer in the red. Then we got Larry Wright the fourth, holding on to fourth. Then JD, James, and Bill. There we go. The battle resumes. Schmidt and Mazer. Little bobble there by Schmidt. A little announcer's curse as well. That's going to move Mazer up to that second spot. Give him some room there, Bill. Good job, buddy. Good job. Now follow him. You're doing good. Jacob Shearer might now be checked out, and he might now be gone. But Michael Mazer in that red car hanging on to the second spot. Schmidt trying to hunt him down the green and blue. We're in the center section with the red car. Finish the lap you're on. Finish the lap you're on. Mike Mazer's got one more corner to secure that bump up. He's going to do it. Ryan Schmidt put in a valiant effort, but he's going to fall just short. Ran his fastest lap of the race on the last one. Still waiting for JD and Bill to finish. Everyone else is done. Good main, guys. Good main. Jacob Shearer and Mike Mazer, you guys are going to bump up to the Stock Buggy C main. Schmidt a little too late. Just missed out. Then Larry Wright the fourth. JD Rudzer, James Pileski, and Bill Chapman. Next up, modified Buggy C main. Shearer, you're taking your bump. Jacob, are you taking your bump? Yes, you're taking your bump. Mike Mazer, where are you? Are you taking your bump, bud? Okay, beautiful. You guys will be in race number 5, will be the Stock Buggy C main. Right now, the modified Buggy C main. Sunderledge, Newbert, Tennies and Mello, Reichhoward Filter, Michelle Shane. I believe, yeah, stair drop here. Okay. Good job, Mike. You worked for that. That was a tough one. All right, those of you who owe me corner marshals. Tyler Witt, do you owe me a corner marshal? I think you do. I'm calling it in. Let me get that marshal you owe me. I could use one more. Who else owes me a marshal? Now would be a great time, both for us, the racers, and your karma. Larry Wright the third, you've been volunteered to marshal by Larry Wright the fourth. I think that's an excellent call, Larry's. All right, I could probably use one more. Who still owes me? You're right, you are up next. He is up next. That's fair. That's fair. Cole, do you owe me one? Oh, you're eating. That's not fair. You sure? You sure? Cole Tyler, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Kreuser's going to get you. Cole, keep eating. Kreuser's got you. Very nice, Kreuser. Very good. Very good. You guys are warming up. Let's check them in. We are checked in. All right. I thought I had one more. I could have sworn I had one more. Ah. Jaeger. Marshall? Good man, Jaeger. All right, Mazer, if you can move down. And then Jaeger, let me get you here in the hot spot. I appreciate it. You guys seem to know the lineup. Sunderledge, Newbert, Tenney's, Mello, Reichow, Filter, and then Michelle and Shane. That looks like a lineup. When you're grown up, then we'll let you. All right. All right, you guys have all done this before. Marshals on your toes. Drivers ready. We're going in less than 5. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. There you go. Good job, guys. Good job. That's about as good as we're going to get, guys. Sunderledge out front. Mason hot in tow. And Tenney's and Mello looks like grid order on that first lap. Newbert going to sweep around across the line, take the top spot, and give it right back over the double. Sunderledge and Tenney's into the infield. Then we got Newbert and Mello. Sunderledge, Tenney's, Newbert, Mello down the back stretch. That's your first group. We got a melee in the second group. Your leader's going through that center section. The one, the only, Matt Sunderledge. It's silver, blue, and yellow. I had no idea. Gregory working his way up to that second spot, trying to hold it off from Mason Newbert. Mason gets hung up on a lapper. Shane did everything he could do to get out of the way. Poor Mason still got hung up, though. These things happen. Racing incident. That moves Mello to the 3 spot in the all-white. Down the backstretch over that first double. It's Matt Sunderledge in the TLR. He's out in front of this one. Tenney's trying to hunt him down in the purple and blue. Mello in that 3rd spot in the all-white. Then we got Newbert holding on to the 4. Michelle in the 5 and Reichow in the 6. Filter and Shane rounding this thing out. We're a minute and a half in, 3:30 to go. Your leader in front of the driver's stand. It's Matt Sunderledge, looking clean, looking smooth. Gregory Tenney's in that purple car in the 2nd spot, starting to hunt him down just a little bit. A little bit of a gap back to Newbert. A little bit of a gap back to Mello. Those are the cars that appear to be on your lead lap. Sunderledge looking good in front of that driver's stand. When he gets there, give him some room. You know, you're Aaron Reichow. You're a seasoned veteran. You're exceptionally good to drive around. Next up will be Greg Tenney's. You got some time. Greg Tenney's holding on to that 2nd spot, looking to bump up into the B main. He's the day's best marshal. It's entirely possible, and he's got the last bump up spot. Mason Newbert a couple of seconds behind, trying to hunt Greg down, get himself into the B main himself. Mello falling off the pace a little, but he's going again now. He's still on the lead lap, about half a lap back from the leader. That leader still out in front, working that center section in the TLR, going to be Matt Sunderledge, looking good in that car. Tenney's still closing the gap ever so slightly, and Newbert applying the heat on Tenney's. It's close up front. Mello not out of it. If anything happens up there, he's still within striking distance. A little bit of a bobble by Newbert. That's going to give Tenney some breathing room. Sunderledge in front of me right now. That's going to be your leader. And here's the purple car at Tenney's. That 2nd spot. A little bit of a gap back. Newbert coming around right now in the 3. Mello back there in the white car in the 4. We got 3 and 2 to go. Sunderledge and Tenney's trying to take that bump up and move on with it. Sunderledge grabs a pipe in the last corner. That's going to give the lead to Tenney's, but they're still both transferring. It does move Newbert a little bit closer, though. Mason Newbert trying to make up for a couple mistakes early. Filter trying to catch up to Reichow. That'll be for position if he does. Back at the front, though, in front of the driver's stand, Greg Tenney's trying to hold off Matt Sunderledge for pride and the bump up. A little bit of a gap back. There's Newbert in front of the driver's stand now. Looks like about 3-4 seconds they have to play. A big mistake could get Mason Newbert right back in this thing and throw away a bump up for him. Sunderledge grabs the pipe in the keyhole. That's going to give Tenney some breathing room. Newbert can smell it now. He's only a second or so, maybe a second and a half off the back of Sunderledge. Over the kicker they go. Sunderledge going to try to hold off Newbert. He's got 50 seconds to do it for. Sweeper in first turn. There goes Sunderledge. Here comes Mason Newbert. Sunderledge with a bobble. It's a melee. Newbert's going to come out on top. That's a racing incident. I'm good with it. Newbert going to take that second spot. Sunderledge has got 40 seconds to get it back over the kicker in the last corner. This is going to be the battle for your transfer. Mello is gone. Little bobble by Sunderledge going to give Newbert the gift. Tenny's out in front. He's checking. He's almost out and gone. He's got 25 seconds to get there. That purple car in the middle of the track. Mason Newbert now over the kicker. That's going to be your second spot. Sunderledge got 2 or 3 seconds to make up there from that bobble. He's safe from behind to Mello. Reichau, Filter, Michelle, and Shane rounding this thing out. We got 8 seconds left. Tennies looks like he's got this thing in the bag. Newbert going to try to hold it off. This will be good. Newbert will get there. Tennies is out on his victory lap. Everybody else, you'll be done when you cross the line. Gregory Tennies with his victory lap and his nosedive on his victory lap. Gonna take this one home. Gregory Tennies and Mason Newbert gonna move on. Sunderledge just misses. Mello with a good run. Reichau, Filter, Michelle, and Shane. Good race, guys. And I assume both of you are taking your bump ups. I'm going to assume you're taking your bump ups. Race number 8. You have bumped into race number 8. Plenty of time for your hot motor to cool off and your weak batteries to recharge. This is the 13-5 Survival of the Fittest C-Main. We got 11 of you guys. Because what else do you want me to do? It was 11 or a main with 3, you know. How do you do that? You can't do that. We'll go 11 fantastic 13-5 four-wheel drive drivers is what we're going to do. We're going to spread out our marshals. Yeah, Shane, if you could, that'd be great. Thanks, Greg. Good run. We got plenty of marshals, and we might need them. Let's roll them out, guys. Let's roll them out. 11 car main. So let's see everybody play nicely, please. You cannot win it on the first lap. You can break your car and lose it on the first lap. One warm-up lap. One warm-up lap. All right, the backstretch is closed, guys. Do not come down the backstretch at full speed. We're going to start gridding them. At the front of that grid is going to be a man by the name of David Cole. Second spot going to be Andrew Kickstra. Tyler O'Brien taking the third spot in this one. Johnny 5 will be in the 4. Tim Chapman will be in the 5. Mike Mazer will be in the 6. Jacob Shearer will be in the 7. Jeff Jepson in the 8. Dan Witz in the 9. Ryan Thierfelder in the 10. And Anthony Del Judas, if you can imagine an 11 back there for me. That's, you know what, Anthony, I actually pull up a little closer. Because otherwise you get a big run on everybody, you know, and kind of want you with the pack. All right, guys. Let's try to get this done the first time. Let's play nice. Give everybody some room. Marshals on your toes. Drivers ready. We're going in less than 5. Easy, guys. Easy. Work together. Give each other some room. All right, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. We're going to do this once. We're going to bring it back. Oh, I know. Ah, how did this happen? I have no idea how this happened. We're going to try this one more time. Let's regrid them. Hopefully you guys remember where you were. Can I get a hand here quick? Get Mike over in position there and give Jacob Shearer a hand parking. All right. That's the opposite of what we're looking for, guys. Drivers ready. Marshall's on your toes. We're going. Less than 5. That was his own mistake. Ah, dang it. It's good. It's as good as it's going to be, guys. We're going to run this one. I'm sorry to those of you who didn't benefit. This is the bottom main, though. If you wanted a cleaner start, you could have qualified better. Out front going to be Andrew Kickstra. Hot in pursuit going to be Tyler O'Brien and Jacob Shearer and Tim Chapman. Then we've got the gaggle of the second half of the field. Unfortunately, Johnny 5 caught up in what that is. Sorry, Johnny. But out front, we got Andrew Kickstra and Tyler O'Brien, Jacob Shearer and Tim Chapman in front of the driver's stand. There it is. Tyler all over the back of Andrew, looking for a way around. He had the opening, but he reserved better judgment. There you go, Tyler. Take your time. You're fine. Jacob Shearer there in the 3. That's your battle. 1, 2, 3 over that first jump. Little bobble by Shearer is going to set Andrew and Tyler free. The only people that have clean laps to start the race are out front. Shearer in the 3, Chapman in the 4. Then we've got a gaggle for the 5, 6, 7. Ryan, Mike, Jeff, Johnny 5, Dan Witz, Anthony Del Judas, and David Cole getting the short end of the stick here in the 4-wheel drive C-Main today. 1:15 in, 3:45 to go. Andrew out front in that purple car in front of me right now. Tyler O'Brien in the carbon fiber pink and white holding down that second spot. He's got a little bit of a gap because Jacob Shearer is in front of me right now for 3, and he's got mirrors full of Tim Chapman. Tim gets by with a little bobble in the sweeper. That moves Tim Chapman up to the 3rd spot. He's going to try to hold off Jacob Shearer for it in case something happens in front of him. Watch it off that double. Go inside, guys. Go inside. Whew, good job. Your leader in front of the driver's stand right now in the purple, that's Andrew. Tyler O'Brien, hot in pursuit. Little bobble, but Tyler's going to be okay. Because to go back to 3rd spot is in front of the driver's stand right now. That's Tim Chapman in the orange and yellow. Hot in pursuit, Jacob Shearer. Mike Mazur's starting to make up some ground. He's sitting 5th. Johnny 5 is 6th. They're starting to put a race back together. It's a long race. It's 2:15 in, 2:45 to go. Anything could happen. Looks like our leader might have bobbled. That's true. Andrew had him in a really nasty lap here. That's going to move Tyler O'Brien out front. Andrew in the purple car. Watch on the straightaway. Go low. Low onto the straightaway. Low onto the straightaway. Go low onto the straightaway. It's clear. We have a whole new race on our hands. Tyler O'Brien is out front by a long margin, I think. Tyler O'Brien over that first double in the carbon fiber and white. Andrew's listed as 2nd. We're going to see if the lap timer verifies it here. No, something happened to Andrew having a tough race. That's going to move Shearer to the 2nd spot. Then we got Mazur in the 3 and Johnny 5 in the 4. Mazur grabs the pipe. So does Johnny 5. That's going to give a little bit of breathing room, and that's going to move Tim Chapman up a couple of spots. All right, Shearer's hanging on to 2nd. Tyler O'Brien might be checked out and gone. Mike Mazur in the green and blue. He's going to be your 4th place car. There he is over the first double. Johnny 5, little problem mixing up with the leader. Let him go, Johnny. He's out in front. Not that you didn't know that. You guys are pretty sharp. Tyler, little bobble there, but he's got a big lead right now. Tyler O'Brien out front by a long margin. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking about you, Tyler. Finish your race. Jacob Shearer in that 2nd spot in front of the driver's stand right now in the yellow and white. 3rd spot going to be Tim Chapman. He's in the orange and yellow. Let's give him some room there. He's coming up on the green and yellow. Thank you. Great driving. Then we got Mike Mazur in the green and blue. Then poor Johnny 5, who just can't get a break today. He's going to be there up there in the 5th spot. To the front, Tyler O'Brien. Only guy on a 17-lap pace. Looking good in front of the driver's stand, carbon fiber and white. Tyler O'Brien trying to check this one out. He's got less than a minute to hang on. All the way back to the front of the driver's stand right now, the yellow and white. There's Jacob Shearer. He's hanging on to the 2nd spot. Chapman in the orange and yellow. He's in front of the driver's stand right now. He's hanging on to 3rd. Mike Mazur's trying to hunt him down in the green and blue. He's going through the infield right now. Johnny 5, the first guy a lap down in the green and white. Mazur bobbles. That's going to give him mirrors full of Johnny 5. Mike Mazur and Johnny 5, that is for position. You guys are fighting for position through the sweeper and over that first double. That's for the 4th and 5th spots. Tyler O'Brien still checked out, still gone. Jacob Shearer with a nice lead on Tim Chapman, but it's not over yet. That's only a couple of seconds. Jacob Shearer in front of the driver's stand in the yellow and white. Chapman grabs the pipe in the keyhole. That's going to cost him some time. Not quite enough to lose the spot to Johnny 5, but it's getting closer. Tyler O'Brien trying to make this his own personal C-main. Time is going to expire. Shearer, you're home, and that's going to get you second. Tyler O'Brien, you're going to win this thing no matter what you do right now. Johnny 5 going to come home fourth. Chapman in the 3, Mazer in the 5, Cole in the 6, Jepson in the 7, Thierfelder in the 8, Del Judas in the 9. What a main. Good job, guys. Good job. Tyler O'Brien going to win that one. Jacob Shearer going to take the bump as well. We'll see you guys in the 13.5 B main. That'll be race number 7. And I'm glad I got a lot of marshals because it's stock short course A main time. The largest vehicles the track can handle. Fenders, because Rubbin is racing. Stock short course, because we want the nerves as high as possible. The racing is close. The fenders are rubbing. It's almost stock short course time. We got a pretty good grid of stock short course trucks today. Sunderledge going to take down your TQ, Surprise, and Kreuzer in the last round. Kreuzer going to take that 2 spot. Johnny 5 going to be a 3rd qualifier. Then Matt Brandenburg in the 4, Struley in the 5, Timsky in the 6, Schmid in the 7, Becker in the 8, and JD in the 9. We got Marshall spread out pretty well. Let's go ahead and roll them out, guys. Check them in. Take that 1 lap. Let's make us a grid. It will be 2x2. Because they are short course trucks. And that's the only correct way to start short course trucks, is in rows, 2x2. Struley, give me a check. All right, backstretch is closed, guys. Backstretch is closed. Struley, give me a check. Can we check Struley's truck for transponder difficulties? All right, while we're doing that, Sunderledge will be on the pole. Kreuzer in the 2nd spot. Johnny 5 a qualified 3rd, which is confusing. Brandenburg will be 4th. Struley's going to sort out that transponder and try to be 5th on the grid. He's going to put Tim in the 6, Schmid in the 7, Becker in the 8, and JD in the 9. Yeah, we're going to do rows. So, yeah. Convert those numbers to rows. Even though I just said that a minute ago. And then I forgot about it. Huh? Now we got to check from Struley, so we fixed it. Beautiful. Struley will be inside row 3. Tim going to be a gentleman, give him a little extra room. We're getting body clips on. We got a Ryan Struley. We got a short course A main. Next up going to be the stock buggy C. Evan, Matt Del Judas, Johnny 5, Lance, Riley Becker, Shane, Larry Wright the 3rd, and Dan Witz, and then the 2 bump ups. You guys are up next. That looks like a main grid. We got marshals that appear to be ready. All right. Drivers, remember, this one's going to be on the tone. We're going in less than 5. Let's keep it clean, guys. Let's see a good start. Most of that was self-inflicted, and that's about as good as you can do with vehicles that big and this much for a track width. We got a little bit of a breakaway in front. We got Sunderledge, Kreuzer, and Brandenburg. The gap isn't too big, but Johnny 5 is once again having the worst luck of anyone I've ever seen. Out front, gonna be the one, the only, Matt Sunderledge in the yellow, blue, silver truck. He's trying to hold off Kreuzer, who's trying to hold off Brandenburg. Tim back in the fight in the orange and yellow truck. And we got Ryan in the 5th spot. It's in truck order. We got over 4 minutes to go. And anything can happen. Sunderledge rolls it at the end of the driver's stand section. Lets Kreuzer by for the lead. He's going to have to give it up to Brandenburg, too. Brandenburg was there fair and clean. That's going to put Sunderledge in the 3. Sunderledge looks back inside of Brandenburg. He's going to try to hold the position. Brandenburg with the 2-wheel through the sweeper. Saves it, but gives up the spot. He's got mirrors full of Tim. Tim working him hard in front of the driver's stand. Kreuzer out front. Sunderledge back and rolling and recovered. Brandenburg and Tim battling for that 3rd spot, the last spot on the podium. A little bit of a break, but not too bad to Schmid and Struley. Johnny 5 working his way back through the field. Then we got JD and Riley battling at the back. In front of the driver's stand, Thomas Kreuzer working in that silver and yellow and orange truck, trying to hold off Sunderledge in the TLR. It's Team Associated versus TLR bound the back stretch and through the sweeper. The classic battle. Then we got the Brandenburg and Tim show going over the double right now. They are nose to tail. A little bit of a gap, but this is your 5, 6, 7 right here. Struley, Schmid, and Johnny 5 in front of the driver's stand. That's all for position. Brandenburg trying to hold off Tim on the last end of the lap. Brandenburg doing a good job. Tim looking high and low. That is the best battle on the track right now, but we have numerous battles. Kreuzer out front, starting to come up on lappers. He's in front of me now. Little bobble by Sunderledge with a bobble. That's going to let Brandenburg and Tim by. That's going to give Kreuzer a nice big lead. That is your leader right there, Riley. Thank you. Yeah, you knew. You were on it. Bobble by Sunderledge is going to put Matt Brandenburg in the 2nd spot. Sunderledge back up to 3rd. Tim working real hard, not getting anywhere in 4th. Now he's got mirrors full of Struley in 5th. Schmid and Johnny 5 battling. They're not out of it yet. We got plenty of race to go. We're halfway there. We're halfway home. Your leader in front of the driver's stand, Thomas Kreuzer, looking good in the SC5, building up a little bit of a gap. Sunderledge is right behind Brandenburg there for the 2nd spot. Almost lost my mind for a second there. Now that's Tim and Struley.
2 minutes
Further
left.
back, we're going to have Schmid and 5 battling for position. Battles all over the track, but Brandenburg and Sunderledge are putting on a show for the bottom of the podium. Over that last table and onto the straightaway, Brandenburg mirrors full of Sunderledge. Sunderledge doing some very clean driving, trying to work him, not taking it cheap. He's finding the right way around. That's how it's done. Tim trying to hold off Struley. Looks like he's got a little bit of a gap there. Struley rolls it. Back to Sunderledge and Brandenburg show. Fenders in both directions. Everything staying the same. That was good driving, guys. Good job. That was fair. He waited. Good job, guys. That is all fair and good. Riley going to give him some room right there. At least he was going to. But then this happened. So there's Tim T. He's back in it again. Here's your 2, 3, 4 in front of the driver's stand. Kreuzer checked out and gone. How many times have we said that? But then we got Sunderledge, Brandenburg, and Tim. 3 trucks and nowhere to put them. Lead on onto the back straightaway. Here's the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Through the sweeper and into the 1st turn. Sunderledge got the best of it right now. Tim finally started to work his way through some trucks. Brandenburg trying to get back on his horse. Struley's got him in the sights. There's your 2, 3, 4, 5 over the kicker. Riley gonna give him some room. Thanks, Riley. Good job, Riley. Thank you, sir. Sunderledge starting to break away a little for that 2nd spot. Rollover by Tim is going to give Brandenburg the 3. Here's Struley. Now starting to work on Tim. Sunderledge here in the 2 in front of me now. Then we got Brandenburg, Tim, and Struley. That's all for position. They got 25 seconds to figure out who's going to get the last spot on the grid. Brandenburg rolls in the sweeper. That's going to give it to Tim. Now he's got mirrors full of Ryan Struley. Struley having a good Saturday, looking to find the podium with the short course. A little bit of a bobble there. Yeah, that was borderline, Brandenburg. Play nice, guys. Let's give some room there. Brandenburg going to take it for now. 6, 5, 4, 3. This is going to be the last lap for you guys who just crossed the line. There's the buzzer. Finish the line and you're done. Kreuzer, you're caught at the line. Brandenburg building up a lead. That's going to narrow it down. Sunderledge is going to come home 2nd right here. And then we're going to have Brandenburg, Tim, and Struley for the 3, 4, 5. Finish the laps you're on, guys. Brandenburg, Tim, and Struley. The only guys who are missing. Struley be the last truck to finish. And it's all done. Johnny 5, tough break for the 6th spot. Schmid in the 7, Riley Becker in the 8, and JD in the 9. Fast lap of the race going to Kreuzer, 17.9, 18.0 off of Sunderledge. It's Stock Boogie C-Main time. Thanks to the two of you guys, I did have to put back-to-back. Johnny and Riley, thank you guys. Sorry, you're my only back-to-backs in the whole main. Sorry. But, you know, I figured you run the short... Oh, yeah, you were. Well, you'll get lucky in this race. You had two terrible luck races. This one's got to work out for you. Lineup in this one. Evan out front, Matt Del Judas, Johnny 5, Lance, Riley, Shane, Larry Wright the third, Dan Witz, Jacob Shearer, and Mike Mays are going to be your bump ups from the stock buggy D main. Watch out for your marshals, guys. One still getting in position a little bit, but we're okay. I didn't quite say roll them out, but that's okay. Struley will take that spot over there in a second, and we'll be okay for marshals. We're going to take that one warm-up lap, and then we're going to line them up on the back straight. Where is my Larry Wright? And where is my Jacob Shearer? There's a Larry Wright. Sounds like we got a Jacob Shearer coming. Matt, you'll be second on the grid. Johnny 5, you're up third. Lance, you're already in the fourth spot. Riley in the 5. Shane in the 6. We'll eventually get Larry in the 7. Dan, you'll be in the 8. Jake will eventually be in the 9. And Mike Mazer, you'll be in the 10. Here comes Larry. Shearer, where are you? Where is Jacob Shearer? Is he going or what? Hey! Better late than never. That's a good point. All kidding aside, though. Larry will take his warm-up lap and take the 7th spot on the grid. Larry will be on the 7. And Jacob Shearer will be in the 9. You gonna start there, or you gonna take the 9? You wanna check for me, actually? Just on principle, let's check. Make sure your transponder works. You okay? Yeah, check it in quick. Okay, good. Now go take your spot on the grid, and we'll get this thing going. Even got a fantastic marshal there to grid you. Alright, this will be your stock buggy C main. Marshals on your toes, drivers look alive. We're going in less than 5. Del Judas right on the buzzer. Also had the wisdom and then stuck it up. Dang it, Matt. That was a great start, though, Matt. All right, back to the front. It's going to be Evan out front. He's going to try to hold off Johnny Bad Luck 5. Having a rough day. Johnny finally out in front of something. Got a good first lap. Now he can settle in, get himself into the B main. Third spot going to be Riley Becker. He's got mirrors full of Matt Del Judas. Shane up to the 5th spot. Larry Wright up to 6th. Decent start. So we got Evan and Johnny over that first double. Those are your first 2 cars, and if they stay that way, they'll both bump up. Nice little gap back to Matt Del Judas, putting the move on Riley Becker right there in the keyhole. Great move by Del Judas right there. Rough first lap, but he's got that car dialed in now. Little mistake by Johnny 5 is going to put Del Judas back into play for that bump-up spot.
4 minutes left.
Evan out front in front of the driver's stand in the blue and orange and yellow, looking real good through that center section of the infield over the kicker. He's going to be your leader when he comes up on you. Give him some room. That car is fast. Johnny 5 in the green and white on the back straight right now. He's holding on to the 2nd spot. Here comes Del Judas in front of me now for 3. Riley Becker in front of me now for 4. Good gap back to Shane now in front of me for the 5th spot. So that's what the field looks like. Evan out front looking good and strong down the backstretch right now. He's got a nice break in front of Johnny 5 for that 2nd spot. Looks like about 3-4 seconds. Matt Del Judas, rough start, back on his horse. He's sitting in that third spot through the keyhole now, and Riley Becker's got everything sorted out for fourth. Larry Wright the third, working his way up to the fifth spot in this one. Shane falling to the sixth. Then we got Dan Witz, Jacob Shear, Mike Mazer, Lance having a rough day. We're about 2 minutes in, 3 minutes left to go in this one. Evan out front trying to check out and get himself into the B main.
3 minutes left.
Looking good, crossing the line. No, that was Shane. There's Evan in front of the driver's stand. All right, Evan's in front of the driver's stand. Center section now looking good. Little bit of a gap. There's Johnny 5 in the green and white. Matt Del Judas in the black, white, and orange. He's going to be a third place car. When you see him coming through, give him some room. Next up on Matt Del Judas's list is going to be Mike Mazer. Evan with a little bobble. That's going to give him mirrors full of Johnny 5. This is going to be your battle for the lead in front of the driver's stand. Here's Evan and Johnny over the kicker. Battling it hard. Matt Del Judas trying to get back into this one. Sorry, Matt. I'll stop talking. Oh, that black and white car is on the lead lap, guys. Try to give him some room, but now he's battling with Riley Becker. These things will happen. While all those things were happening, Johnny 5 getting out front of Evan for the lead of this one.
Left.
A bad break for Evan to lose the lead, but a good break. The cars behind him are crashing. Third spot going to be Riley Becker. He's in the orange and blue car in front of me right now. So about half a lap, Johnny 5 and Evan have to play with. They got a minute 45 to get home and get themselves into the B main. Johnny 5 in the green and white, Evan directly behind in the blue and yellow. Over that first double, battling for that top spot. Riley got a couple of seconds over Larry Wright the third in the fourth spot in the blue and white. Larry and Matt, you guys are battling for fourth and fifth. That is for position, and that's going to be for position with Riley, who just spun out there. Larry, Riley, and Matt Del Judas right here in the center section. This is all for position. Larry gets it wrong. Matt having trouble trying to drive through the cars. This is going to be 3, 4, 5 in front of me right now. Riley, Larry, and Matt through the sweeper over that first double. That's the best battle on the track. Somewhere, Johnny 5 and Evan are battling for the win. Looks like Johnny's got about a 1.5 second, 2 second lead over Evan right now. They're both looking to bump. But the action spot is Riley Becker with mirrors full of Larry Wright in front of me right now for the third spot. Del Judas fell off a little, probably another little mistake. Del Judas having a long main. Bad luck today. In front of the driver's stand, Larry Wright trying to hold off Riley Becker now for the third spot. Larry getting in front, trying to put this thing on the podium. Directly behind Larry and Riley, gonna be the leader, which is Johnny 5 in the green and white over that first double. Johnny got a little bit of a lead over Evan, who's crossing the line right now in the second spot. Both of those guys looking to bump up, though. Pretty good margin. Johnny a little bit of trouble with the lapper. Looks like he's going to be okay. Larry right in front of me right now. And Riley Becker, that's the best battle on the track. That's for third and fourth. Del Judas not completely out of it in fifth, but he's going to need some help. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish the lap you're on, drivers, and you're going to be done. Looks like Larry Wright. Oh, Larry spins in the last corner. He's going to give it back to Riley Becker on the last corner of the last lap. I'm sorry I mentioned anything. We're just waiting for Evan. That's going to be a race. Johnny 5 and Evan going to take the bump ups. Riley Becker gets a gift from Larry Wright to get the bottom of the podium in that one. Matt Del Judas, tough break run at 5th. Dan Witz in the 6th. Shane in the 7th. Shearer in the 8th. And Mazer in the 9. I'm not even asking you guys. You guys are taking your bump ups. Not even asking. You're taking them. We're out of the C main situation and into the B main area. First of the B mains will be the 4-wheel drive modified buggy B main, which is a heavy duty affair. It's going to include Donut and Austin Wick, Cody and Sarah Ann, Greg Tenney's and Eric Krivitz, Cush and Mello, Yeager and Brad Schmidt. That's right. And Brian Yeager gonna round this one out in the 4-wheel drive modified buggy B main. Marshals are doing a pretty good job spreading out. Anybody owe me a marshal? Cheer, can you marshal? Really? Are you up soon? Are you up soon? Beautiful. You're the hardest working marshal around. Yeah, sure, if you could get over there by the blower, that'd be great. This is going to be a lot of fast cars. All right, let's roll them out, guys. Let's check them in. And then let's make something that looks like a grid. Evan, look out. You are standing on the track there. And keep your eyes forward. I worry. Remember to keep your eyes in the direction of cars that are coming at you when you are corner marshaling. Nothing's worse than getting hit by a car you didn't even see. Backstretch is closed, guys. Backstretch is closed. Donut on the pole for this one. He's going to be your BQ. Austin Wick going to take that second spot on the grid. Cody going to roll up to the 3. Sarah Ann in the 4. Greg in the 5. Eric Krivitz in the 6. Kush in the 7. Mello in the 8. And Jaeger in the 9. This is a darn good B-main. Jaeger, you want to join the field, or you're just going to take a big run at him? All right, looks like our drivers are ready. Marshals on your toes. Remember, drivers, this is on the tone. We're going in less than 5. Patience, patience, patience. You know that's how it's done. That's why you guys are all better drivers than me. Good start, guys. Don't. Easy, easy. Oof. That had to happen eventually. Little bobble by Donut. Gonna move Wick to the front. Looks like Kush has worked his way up to the second spot. As soon as I say that, it becomes untrue. Cody now up to that second spot. Looks like he's got Tennies in tow. Is that Mello in the 4? That's Mello in the 4. Eric Krivitz in the 5. We got a race on our hands. Austin Wick trying to take care of this thing early. But after that, it gets really interesting. We got Cody, Greg, Mello, Krivitz, Jaeger, Kush, Donut, and Sarah behind Austin Wick in front in that blue and yellow through the keyhole. Looking good. A little bit of a gap. Cody hot in tow, though. Fast laps left. Coming off all of these cars. Second spot going to be Cody over the kicker. Then comes Tennies, Mello, Krivitz, Kush, Jaeger, Donut, and Sarah. 1:15 in, 3:45 to go, and absolutely nothing decided. Wick looking good out front. Lost a wheel for Kush. He's been going to the Isaac School of Mechanics. Austin Wick going to be still out in front of this thing, starting to build up a little bit of a lead over that first double. Cody not that far gone, though. Greg keeping in touch, but Greg Tennies is going to start the gaggle. Rolls it because the announcer's talking about him. That's going to move Mello to the 3. Krivitz to the 4. Donut getting lucky. He needed it. He deserved it. He had a rough first lap. That's going to move Donut back up to what now looks to be the 3rd spot. Your leader in front of the driver's stand right now, that's Austin Wick. Second spot right behind him going to be Cody. Looks like a second, maybe second and a half. Big gap back to Donut. Your BQ, a little rough in the start. He's got it sorted out now, and he's trying to hunt down those leaders. In front of the driver's stand, Austin goes. He's on a 19-lap run. Working that center section, looking great. Cody's got that car shaken down, dialed. He's holding on to that second spot. Then we got the orange and white of Donut. Sarah working her way up to the 4th spot. Jaeger in the 5. Krivitz now in the 6, getting ahead of Mello in the 7. Your leader over that kicker right now, it's Austin Wick. Car's looking good, but Cody is nibbling away at that lead. They both have a nice gap over Donut. Oh, little mistake by Austin. Going to bring Cody into play. That's going to be your first 2 in front of the driver's stand right now. Donut's going over that first double. That's your gap to 3rd. Donut makes a mistake. That's going to give Sarah 3rd. And then Sarah tries to give it back to Donut because we all love Donut and he's never here anymore. Your leader over that double in front of the driver's stand right now. It's Austin Wick trying to hold off Cody for the B main. Sarah gives him some room.
2 minutes
Having
left.
a bad race. Feel bad for Sarah. It is what it is. She'll live to fight another day. Cody with a bobble. That's going to give Austin plenty of breathing room. Your leader, Austin Wick, in the blue and yellow, coming up on Mr. Krivitz next. These cars are so fast. Austin Wick trying to hang on to the front. In four-wheel drive modified buggy, even the lapped cars are fast. Couple little bobbles is going to bring Cody right back into play, though. Cody going to work around Mello. Thanks, Mello, for the room. Great job. Mello and Sarah, you guys are battling for position. Sarah and Mello, that is for position. Jaeger and Eric, that is for position. That looks to be everything interesting. Donut having his own race back there in third. He's in the center section.
1 minute left.
He's hoping to get a mistake out of Cody over that double right now. Austin's in front of the driver's stand. We got less than a minute to go. Wick out front, Cody in the second spot. Donut hoping for some luck back in third. Jaeger worked his way up to the fourth spot ahead of Eric Krivitz. They're going in front of the driver's stand right now. That's your battle for fourth and fifth through that center section. Jaeger going to try to hold off Krivitz. They got the leader coming up right behind them. Mello in the 6 and Sarah in the 7. Austin looking to try to nail this one down. He's got a few seconds here. 20 seconds left in the race and about 4 seconds ahead of Cody. Cody with a nice gap over Donut. The battle is just Jaeger and Krivitz for fourth and fifth right now. Through the keyhole, Jaeger trying to hold off Krivitz. It's that epic Associated TLR battle. Right now, the Associated has the upper hand in this particular battle. 3, 2, 1. Race them to line, guys. Jaeger going to take down that fourth spot over Krivitz. Wick going to win the thing. Cody going to come home to nail down that last bump-up spot. Donut with the hard break. Going to come home third. Just need Donut to finish. He's the only one missing yet. Good race, everybody. Wick and Cody going to bump up to the four-wheel drive modified A-main. And we had Donut, Jaeger, Krivitz, and Mello. Race 10, going to be the four-wheel drive A-main. It's 13.5 B-main time. Time for our 13.5 B-main. Race number 7 will be up next. Race number 7 is up now. 7 up now, 8 up next. Lineup in this one going to be Wolkenheim and Crane, Vince and KOB, Filter and Del Judas, Ryan Johnson and Evan, Tyler O'Brien and Jacob Shearer going to be your bump ups in this one. It's 13.5 melee time. What a competitive class. All right, guys, let's roll them out. All right, let's shut down that back stretch and let's line them up. That green car, Jesse Wolkenheim, going to be your BQ. The orange car, Skip Crane, will be in the second spot. Now we got Vince, KOB, Todd Filter, Matt Del Judas in the 6, Ryan Johnson in the 7, Evan in the 8, TOB in the 9, and Jacob Shearer in the 10. Got Matt, you're in the 6. Evan, you're in the 8. You park, Evan. That'll do, as they say. We have an extremely talented group of marshals and drivers. That's what we need to go racing. Marshals ready. Drivers ready. We're going in less than 5. Take your time, guys. Take your time. Patience, 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 patience. Why do I say words? I All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. Keep it running. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's as good as it's as good. I feel bad, but they're never going to be perfect. Wolkenheim and Crane out front. Sorry, Jesse. Crane going to be out front with the announcer's curse on Wolkenheim. Vince going to hold on to that second spot. Filter looking to work his way up. Him and Wolkenheim are going to be battling there. Then we got Craig O'Brien, who's going to be moving forward fast. Couple of mistakes. Going to move Craig O'Brien up to that third spot. Skip Crane out front in front of the driver's stand. This is going to be the orange X-Ray. Then we got the white car of Vince Strawn. KOB in the K car working that center section. And Evan pulling himself up by the bootstraps to the fourth spot. Del Judas, Tyler O'Brien, and Jesse Breaking My Heart Wolkenheim. We're a minute into this one, 4 minutes to go. Skip Crane out front, trying to secure his spot in the A main. Vince in that second spot, trying to go with him. And we got a good battle here between Evan and KOB for the third and the fourth. Jesse all the way back up to fifth already. There's Tyler O'Brien right behind him in the sixth. In that center section, that orange car going to be Skip Crane. He's out front. Every lap, Vince is getting closer. Watching the straightaway go, it's clear. Yeah, it's your lead battle over that first double through the keyhole in front of the driver's stand. It's Skip Crane in the all-orange, Vince in the all-white. They've got the bump-up positions if they can keep it from there. Third spot going to be the one and the only Craig O'Brien through the center section in that beautiful Kyosho over the kicker. Jesse Wolkenheim trying to make up for lost time in the all-green. Tyler O'Brien running good in the fifth, and Evan in the sixth. Little mistake by Vince there. Going to get him mirrors with Craig O'Brien in him and give Skip a nice little lead there. Skip over that first double. He's going to be your leader. We got to look back to the white car over the double now for the second spot. There's KOB over the double in the 3 and Jesse in the 4. Jesse with a little bobble because I'm talking about him again. I'm sorry, Jesse. Evan in the 5. Tyler O'Brien in the 6 in front of the driver's stand right now. Skip Crane trying to check out early with this one. He's about halfway through, and he's got a nice 4 or 5 second lead. Then we got the all-white car of Vince. He's going to try to hold off Craig O'Brien for that last transfer spot to the A-main. This will be your transfer battle through the center section of the infield. The white car of Vince. The multicolored, beautiful car of Craig O'Brien. That's a K car. Through the sweeper, putting the heat on Vince for that last transfer spot. The last spot in the A-main is up for grabs. Skip trying to check out. He's in that orange car. He's finishing the lap. The cars battling for second are in the center section of the lap. Little bobble by Vince. That's going to let Craig get even closer. Jesse's not out of this yet. He's got that all-green car. Left. If they bobble, he'll be involved for that bump. Just give him some room, Jacob. You're doing a great job. The battle through that center section in front of the driver's stand. It's the white car and the multicolored car of Craig O'Brien and the green car of Jesse Wolkenheim. That's your battle for the 2, 3, 4. Jesse trying to nibble away at it. Vince taking all the heat. So far, mistake-free. He's been very solid for the last couple of minutes. He's got a minute and a half to hang on to get himself into the A-main. He's going to have to fight off Craig O'Brien to do it. That last table and down the backstretch, the battle rages on for another minute and a half. That is your transfer battle over that first double. Little bobble by Vince. It's not over yet. He's got just a small gap to Craig O'Brien. Craig O'Brien now has that transfer spot. Little bobble there at the center section. Everybody's getting tired. It's getting towards the end of the race. Jesse's still not out of it in that green car. Skip Crane is doing a good job of trying to check out with this one. He's got a nice gap. He is out front. He's trying to stamp his A-main ride, and he's got 1 minute to firm it up. But the battle over the kicker, it's KOB. He's going to try to hold off the all-white car of Vince Duran through the sweeper and into that first corner. Vince traction rolls it in the sweeper. Craig made a little bobble in the sweeper, but Vince's was way worse. That's going to give Craig a little bit of breathing room over Vince. Vince pushing a little too hard to that driver's stand section. That's going to extend the gap a little bit more. In the meantime, Evan and Tyler have worked their way by Jesse for the 4th and 5th spot. Little bobble by Evan. Evan, Tyler, and Jesse right here in front of me now. That's the battle for the 4, 5, 6 through the sweeper over that first double. 4th, 5th, and 6th spot all up for grabs right there. Skip Crane trying to check out with this one. He looks good. KOB hanging on to that 2nd spot, and Vince in the 3rd. The battle right now for the 4, 5, 6. We got 10 seconds, drivers. 10 seconds to go. This should be the last lap for the 4, 5. It's low on the straightaway, low on the straightaway, low on the straightaway. 3, 2, 1. Finish the lap you're on. Finish the lap you're on. Everybody's still racing. Finish the lap you're on, and you're going to be done. KOB, that'll lock you in. It got close with Vince at the end there. Finish the lap you're on, you're going to be done. Skip Crane going to take it down. KOB going to take that last spot in the A main. Vince going to come home third. Evan works his way up to fourth. Evan has the fast lap of the race. Ryan Johnson in the 5, Jesse Wolkenheim in the 6, Matt Del Judas in the 7, Tyler O'Brien in the 8, and Jacob Shearer in the 9. I didn't want to say anything until you got into the A main, Skip, but what kind of competitive class for a guy to win the A main and have to fight out of the B main the next week? 13.5 4-wheel drive buggy, guys. It doesn't get any closer than that. Let's get our marshals out here from that last heat if we can. Tough break, Vince. I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'll be okay, Vince. Okay, well, we'll sort it out then, but I think I'll be okay now. Thank you. Can you get right here in the hotspot filter? You're the man. All right. Favor calling in time. Isaac, do you owe me any favors? No, you don't owe me any favors, do you? No. You want a marshal anyway? Are you up next? Okay, that's fine. Let's see here. Cole Tollard, if you're not busy, could I get you now? Or are you up next or soon? Cole, you're the best if you don't mind. All right, and Jesse, you'll hop down and marshal this, right? You were in that one, right? Yeah, okay. All right, once I get it, yeah, I'll have a Cole Tollard on the way here soon. You guys can go ahead and warm them up. I think I'm good on marshals now. Yeah, we're good now. Thanks to Cole Tollard, we are good on marshals. I could use one more. If somebody could give us one more driver, give us a hand, it'd be great. We can get by with this, but I'd like one more. Joaquin, when you up next? It's not that bad to marshal. Joaquin, I appreciate it. If you're gonna be fast, you gotta marshal. Yeah. Come on. When I was young, I marshaled 3-4 races in a row. Back when I was your age, we had to crank up the battery charger with a crank. We just had to keep cranking it or the battery would stop charging. It was hand powered. Kush is the only guy I'm missing a check-in from. He's going to be second on the grid, so he should be able to check and get warmed up. Matt Wilbert going to be your BQ. Kush going to take the second spot on the grid in this one. Andy Krivitz going to be the third spot on the grid here. Brad Schmidt in the 4. Troy Weber in the 5. Cody in the 6. Yeager in the 7. Donut in the 8. Gregory Tenney is going to be the 9. Mason Newbert going to be the 10. See who gets those last 2 coveted spots in the modified buggy. Amen. Thanks, Joaquin. I appreciate it. I make Thomas help all the time. I do. All right. You comfortable now, Kush? You good? You good? Can we race now? You guys are great. All right. Marshals on your toes. Drivers as well. Remember, this one's going to be on the tone. We're going in less than 5. Keep it clean, guys. Smooth. Very nice. Very nice. Kush all over Wilbert for that top spot, but here comes Andy Krivets and Brad Schmidt and everybody else who's in the heat. That was a good start. Good start. Wilbert gets a little bit of a gap on that first lap. Kush got mirrors full of Krivets. And then we're pretty much in grid order. Through the center section, we got a nice clean breakaway of that top 6 cars. The other 4 not out of it either. Not a bad start at all, guys. It's Matt Wilbert, Kush, Andy Krivets, Brad Schmidt, Troy Weber, and Cody. Pennies, Jaeger, Donut, and Newbert. We're 45 seconds in, and you can cover them with a blanket. Matt Wilbert trying to make good. Get himself back into that A main. Kush trying to take it from him. So's Krivets. Brad Schmidt over that double. He's going to be your 4th place car. Then comes the 5 and 6 of Troy and Cody.
Left.
4 minutes left to go. We are only 1 minute into this. Top 3 cars in front of me right now. 1, 2, 3. You can cover them with a blanket, as they say. Brad Schmidt not at all out of it in the 4. Brad Schmidt over that first double right now. Watching that center section. It's going to be cleared up before you guys get there. It's Wilbert. Krivets gets by Kush right there. Wilbert got mirrors full of both of them. Krivets working hard. Through the sweeper into the first turn. Wilbert can't take the heat. Traction rolls in the sweeper. Now he's going to have to deal with Brad Schmidt. That's going to leave Krivets and Kush to break away. It's now the Andy Krivets and Kush show over the kicker. Kush trying to work on Krivets over that last table. Wilbert trying to get it back after giving it away. He's got mirrors full of Schmidt. That is your first 4 in front of the driver's stand. Krivets, Kush, then here comes Wilbert and Schmidt. We got a nice little batter there between Tenny's just getting by Troy Weber right there. And Cody's involved right on their tail. That's a good battle there for the 5, 6, 7 coming onto the backstretch right now. But everybody's interested in who's out front, and it's Andy Krivets trying to get himself back into that A main. He's out front in the yellow and blue TLR looking great. Kush right behind him in the red and black. He's dialed over that last table. Then we got the Wilbert and Schmidt battle through the straightaway. Kush traction rolls in the sweeper, gives back what he was once given. That's going to make it Wilbert, Schmidt, Kush in front of the driver's stand for the 2, 3, 4, giving Andy Krivets just a little bit of breathing room, which he needs so much. We're halfway there, halfway to go. The battle for the transfer in front of me right now. Wilbert, Kush, and Schmidt. Excuse me, Wilbert, Schmidt, and Kush. You know the order. Through the keyhole and in front of the driver's stand. That is going to be your battle for the last spot in the modified buggy A-main. Wilbert trying to take it after being the BQ. He's going to have to deal with 2 very good drivers in Brad Schmidt and Mr. Kush. He's got 2 minutes to hold him off. 2 more minutes of sweating up there on the driver's stand right now. Andy Krivets got about 4 seconds or so in front of him. The battle over that kicker. It's Wilbert, Schmidt, and Kush over that last table down the back straightaway. This is what it's all about right here. Wilbert getting a little bit of a gap. Kush working the back of Schmidt as hard as you can through the keyhole. It's nose to tail. It's nip and tuck. Looks like the lead for Andy is kind of leveling out a little bit. Krivets with a bobble in the last corner. That's going to change it all up. Thanks for the room, Donut. Great driving. Now your leader over that first double. Going to be Andy Krivets. He gave it all back. There's Matt Wilbert right in his mirror, and there's Brad Schmidt, and there's Kush. 1, 2, 3, 4 over the kicker. That is all for position. That is all for the end of the A-main. Down the backstretch, here is your battle. Top 4 cars over that first double. It's Andy Krivets and Matt Wilbert. It's Brad Schmidt and Kush. We got 1 minute and 5 seconds to figure out which 2 of you 4 are going to the A main. Wilbert grabs the pipe in the infield section, gives it to Brad Schmidt. Kush gets the worst of it. Bad luck there. Donut's a great driver, going to give it right back. Kush going to try to get back on his horse, get back into the fight. Jaeger's got the leaders coming through. It's Andy Krivets starting to stretch that lead out one more time. He's got 45 seconds to hang on. Brad Schmidt hunting him down. He's got him in the sights. Another bobble by Wilbert's going to let him stretch out. Wilbert's going to have to deal with Kush. He's got his own problems. Out front, it's going to be Andy Krivets and Brad Schmidt in front of that driver's stand. Brad going to try to hunt him down, and now they got enough gap they can actually fight for it. We got 25 seconds left to sort out who's going to the A-main. Right now, it wants to be Andy Krivets and Brad Schmidt. They lead over that first double. Andy Krivets in the yellow and blue. Brad in the gray. In front of the driver's stand, both cars looking exceptionally well dialed. 13, 12, 10 seconds now. 10 seconds to go in the race. This is going to be the final lap for the leaders. Kush and Matt Wilbert battling. Kush taking the worst of it. Matt Wilbert, you are caught at the line. Finish the lap you were on, drivers. Finish the lap you were on. Andy and Brad will take the bump ups. It looks like Andy will hold them off for the win, but it doesn't matter. Those two are bumping up to the modified buggy. A-Main. Wilbert going to come home third. Cush in the 4. Greg Tenney's in the 5. Mason Newbert in the 6. Cody in the 7. Troy in the 8. Yeager in the 9. And Donut rounding it out. Whew. And now the stock buggy B-Man. Andy Krivitz and Brad Schmidt. I will see you guys in race number 12. Will be the modified A-Main. Good run, Andy. It's stock buggy B-Main time. Oh, let's go ahead and roll them out, guys. Need my drivers from the last race back out to Marshall if possible. Where'd Matt Wilbert go on me? Wilbert, need you back out to Marshall if you can. I do hate when people disappear. Yeah. 4 of you are awesome. The rest of you are derelict in your duties. And I think Greg Tenney's is going to help to fill the gap. If you're in the last race and you aren't in this race, then you should be marshalling this race. It's been a pretty good afternoon till this point. I'm looking for Matt Wilbert. Andy Krivitz, if you get your battery back in the Charger. You blew up a Speedo? All right. Yeah. Okay. Larry Wright gonna man up. The order for this one. Apparently, if I complain loud enough, people do eventually make their way back out here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right. Lineup for this one gonna be Crane and Piskey. Isaac and Tim. Tyler in the 5. Tyler should be in the 5. And Vince should be in the 6. Corey should be in the 7. And then Tim Chapman in the 8. And then Johnny 5 and Evan are going to be our bump ups in the 9 and the 10. Evan, you pull up to that white mark, at least roundabouts there. Otherwise, you get a big run on everybody, and it works out all goofy. All right, we have a pretty darn good group of marshals. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Excellent group of drivers. Marshals, let's look alive. Drivers, remember, this is on the tone. We're going in less than 5. Patience, patience, patience. That's about as solid as you can get. That's a decent start. I'm sorry, Tim. The early leader going to be Skip Crane. He's got mirrors full of Jeff Piskey through that sweeper into that first turn. Isaac trying to get himself back into the A-Main, and Tyler O'Brien. Corey Heft working his way through the field. Isaac going to bump up to second with that bobble by Piskey. We got Skip Crane. Jeff Piskey gets Isaac back right there. Good pass. Now we got Johnny 5 up to the 4th spot. Heft trying to hold off Tyler O'Brien for the 5. Then we got Evan, Vince. Oof. It is close up front. Skip Crane rolls it over at the end of the driver's stand section. Oh, it's a race again. That's going to put Isaac out front. Isaac and Skip. Then Jeff Piskey and Johnny 5 in the all-white. Johnny, no. Okay. Johnny fell down. That is Corey Heft. I about lost my mind. Isaac, Skip, Jeff Piskey, Corey Heft, Tyler O'Brien. Oh, we've got a melee there in the center section. It's all going to depend as to how it shakes out. That's going to give Isaac a nice big lead. And it's going to move Tyler O'Brien to the 2 spot. Skip Crane going to try to hunt him down, get himself back into the A main, but your leader finally getting some luck to turn his way. Going to be Isaac in the red, white, and blue X-ray. He nosedives over the kicker, but I think he's okay. Tyler O'Brien in the carbon fiber and white. He's going to be your second place. Corey Heft working his way up to the 3. Then we got the battle between Tim and Jeff. Oh, it's a melee there, and then here comes Skip Crane trying to work his way back up. Skip gets through 3 cars right there. That's going to move Skip back up to the 4th spot. He's got to hunt down Corey Heft. Oh, and it goes all the heck. Your leader back to the front, the red, white, and blue. Isaac in front of the driver's stand right now. Tyler O'Brien starting to apply some pressure there in the carbon fiber and white. He's trying to hunt down Isaac. He got him by 2/10 last lap, and he set the fastest lap of the race. Then a little bit of a gap to Corey Heft. And then we're going to see what the lap timer says. I'm not sure who's in 4th, I think. Yeah, it's Skip. Skip still is in 4th. He's got a long way to go. Tyler makes a bad mistake there. That's going to give it to Corey Heft for the 2nd spot, but it's not over yet. Your battle for the transfer in front of me right now. That's Corey Heft and Tyler O'Brien. Over that first double, that is your battle to see who transfers. Isaac trying to check out. He's got a nice gap, regardless of what I say about him. He's still got 4 or 5 seconds. Your 2nd place car going to be that all-white of Corey Heft. He's going onto the back straight right now. 3rd place car going to be Tyler O'Brien in the carbon fiber and white immediately behind him. Looks like about a second and a half going to be that gap for the transfer. It's certainly not enough to feel safe. Corey Heft has got 2 minutes to get himself into the A main. A little bit of room there from Tim is going to be very much appreciated. Great driving by Mr. Chapman. Thank you, sir. Tyler O'Brien gets by, gets back on the hunt for Corey Heft, and the hunting is good. Corey's coming closer to him every lap. That was 7/10 that lap. Tyler O'Brien took out a Corey Heft through the center section. It's the white car and the carbon and white for the last spot in the stock buggy A main. That last table down the back stretch. Isaac is trying to check out and gone. He's in front of the driver's stand. He just needs to last another minute and a half. The question is who's going with him. Is it Corey Heft or is it Tyler O'Brien? The battle rages through that midfield section over the kicker. Corey working as hard as he can. Tyler pushing too. Down that backstretch, that is your battle. Somewhere, Skip Crane has gotten himself back to the 4th spot, but there's just not enough time to work with. Isaac having some trouble with some lap cars. The lead is shrinking, but he's still okay. Looks like about 2 seconds now. Little mistake off of Tyler. We got 1 minute even to sort this thing out. Tyler not out of it yet. He's got to make up about 2 seconds. Nah, not even. A second and change to catch Corey Heft in the all-white. Isaac in that red, white, and blue through the center section. When you see him, give him some room. He is your leader. The battle still ugly for the 2nd spot. It's Corey Heft. It's Tyler O'Brien. They just can't separate. Through the sweeper into the first turn, 35 seconds to figure out who's going to the A main. Corey working as hard as he can. Tyler applying maximum pressure at the end of the driver's stand. Tyler looks inside. It's not there. Corey slams the door through that spot over the kicker. Corey goes wide in that last corner. Tyler's looking to the inside. It's not there yet. 18, 17. You got 1 or 2 more laps to figure it out. Tyler with the big move on the inside. Tyler gets it done. Mistakes by both of them, but Tyler's going to hang on to about 2 or 3 seconds after it's all said and done there. 5, 4, race him to the line. Tyler gets it done on the last lap. Corey Heft runs a great race, but just barely misses. Isaac somewhere in the middle of this pack is going to win the thing. Skip's going to come home 4th. Then we got Evan and Tim, Piskey in 5, Chapman and Vince. What a B main. Finish up the lap you're on. We're still waiting for Isaac. Oh, we're still waiting for 5. That's it. That's a main. Good race, guys. Isaac and Tyler gonna join myself and a bunch of other great drivers in the, well, I suck, but the other drivers are great, in the stock buggy A main race number 13. Say what you will about stock racing, but it is exciting. 2 weeks ago, Cole Toller took down the four-wheel drive modified buggy A-Main by the slimmest of margins over Chad Dew. It's round number 2. In between them is going to be Tyler Witt. The order going to be Tollard, Witt, and Dew. Shearer, Newbert, and Vegas. Andy Krivitz, Alec Walters, Austin Wick, and Cody rounding it out for the four-wheel drive modified buggy A-Main. Let's get a bunch of great marshals out here. Corey, great race. You did, yeah. I'd have done the same thing. I'd have done it worse. I wouldn't even been involved. We all know I crumble. Tyler O'Brien. Good race, young man. Well, let's warm them up, guys. We got marshals. We got a track that looks pretty darn clean. And we got a stand full of exceptional drivers. Greg Tenney's moves so fast I don't even see him. The only A-Main that's been run already is the stock short course. From here on out, it is the A-Mains, the deciders. The reason we're all here. The reason we spend our bowling money. Backstretch is closed. Backstretch is closed. Cole Toller, take your spot at the front of the grid. Tyler Witt, take your spot second. Chad Dew will line up third. Shearer fourth. Mason Newbert fifth. Alejandro Vegas going to be sixth. Andy Krivitz seventh. Alec Walters eighth. Austin Wick in the 9 and Cody in the 10. Ollie, do you have a number 11 on that car? That's awesome. How hard is it to get an 11? No, that's a real 11, right? Yeah. All right, all kidding aside. This will be your four-wheel drive modified buggy, A-Main. Marshals, let's look alive. Drivers, we're going in less than 5. Patience, patience, patience. I don't need to tell you guys that. You guys taught me that a long time ago. That's a beautiful start for the four-wheel drive A-Main. It's Cole Tollard and Tyler Witt and Chad Dew and Brad Shearer and Mason Newbert. That's going to be your first breakaway. Then we'll have a battle for the second half of the field headed up by Austin Wick, but back to the front. It's Cole Tollard, Tyler Witt, Chad Dew in front of the driver's stand. It's the associated battle. Then we got Shearer and Vegas battling for the 4-5. Absolutely not out of it. Then we got Wick in the 6. But to the front we go. Over the first double, the pink, yellow, and blue of Cole Tollard in front of the driver's stand. He's going to try to hold off Tyler Witt. Also in orange and white. He's trying to hold off Chad Dew in the red, white, and checkerboard. 1, 2, 3 across the line they go. This is going to be for your four-wheel drive A-Main. 15-6. Going to be your hot lap off of Cole Tollard out front in that associated. Tyler's looking forward and backward. Not trying to make sure if he's defending or attacking. Chad Dew closing in the red, white, and checkerboard. Looks like Brad's building up a little bit of a gap over Ollie. Chad gets it wrong over the double. That's going to bring Brad into the picture for the third spot. Cole Tollard out front looking solid. Got a nice little gap over Tyler Witt across the line right now. Last time Tyler took a 10th out of him, but Cole still got a nice little lead there. Dew with a little bobble, but he hangs on to third. He's going to have to deal with Shearer. Shearer gets it wrong at the end of the driver's stand section. We got Vegas in the 5, Wick in the 6, Newbert in the 7, Krivitz in the 8, Walters in the 9, and Cody in the 10. Swap Cody and Alec there. Back to the front we go. Cole Tollard with his four-wheel drive modified buggy through the sweeper over that first double. This is a class Cole Tollard does exceptionally well at. Tyler Witt in tow. He is not gone yet. This is not over yet. Cole Tollard went 15-5 at some point there. That's the hot lap. Dew gets it wrong in the infield. Has to sacrifice a spot to Shearer for third. There's going to be Shearer for third in front of me now. Then we got Dew and Vegas. That's your battle for the 3, 4, 5 over that first double in front of the driver's stand. Shearer going to try to hold off Dew and Vegas in the battle of the Associateds. It's all Associateds at the front of this four-wheel drive modified A-Main, and the very first of them is Cole Tollard working over the kicker right now in the pink, yellow, blue. Looking good. You know him when you see him behind you. Give him room. He just set the fast lap of the race. 15.4 off of Cole Tollard. That's 0.3 of a second clear of any other car in the field. He's checking out. He's trying to be gone. Tyler Witt got some room in front and behind him for that second spot. Brad Shearer's going to have to hold off Chad Dewey's got a little gap right now. Vegas got mirrors full of Newbert. They're on the hunt.
Left.
Wick not out of it yet. Then we got Walters, Cody, and Krivitz. Stay low in the sweeper. It's cleared up now. Mistake by Shearer's going to let Dew by. Dew gets the position back. Shearer goes top deck on him. Shearer's a good driver, though. He's going to give that back regardless of what the marshal does. So it's going to be Dew, Vegas, Shearer. That's going to be your 3, 4, 5 over that first jump. Dew from the front to the middle to the back to the front. Chad Dew working hard today. Cole Tollard gets it wrong in that first jump. That's going to bring Tyler Witt back into the picture. It's not done at the front. Cole's fast, but a couple little errors. Tyler Witt is back in the race. It's only a second and a half or 2 seconds. Then we have the next battle behind, which is going to be Dew, Vegas, Shearer, and Newbert. So we got the battle for the 2 at the front. Tollard with a little bit of a gap. Watch it onto the straightaway. That's going to give Chad some breathing room and move Newbert up to the 4th spot. Vegas and Shearer in the 5 and 6 now, and Wick in the 7. That gives Dew a little bit of breathing room. Your leader still out front, Cole Tollard, but he's only got a second, maybe a second and change over Tyler Witt. You know the car's the first car onto the straightaway right now. There's Cole Tollard in front of me right now. Tyler's car shuts down. Tyler loses drive. I don't know what happened. Tyler was pulling his way back and the car gave up on him. I don't know what happened, but Tyler Witt's car just called it a day. That's going to move Chad Dew up to the 2 spot and hand the A-main to Cole Tollard. If Cole can hang on, he's got a huge lead over Chad Dew right now. A half a lap and then maybe even more. Chad Dew is going to take that 2nd spot now with Tyler falling down the grid. Somewhere, Brad Shearer and Mason Newbert through the keyhole. Shearer, Newbert. Go! Newbert gets the worst of that one. And that's going to let Wick through. Here's your battle for the 3, 4, 5, 6. On the back straightaway, it's Shearer, Vegas, Wick, and it's over. Holy shoot, the race ran out. I was paying. Tollard wins this thing. Dew's going to come home 2nd. Shearer's going to take the 3. Vegas going to take the 4. Wick going to take the 5. Newbert in the 6. Cody in the 7. Krivitz in the 8. And that's a race. Shut them down. Cole Tollard taking it down. Chad Dew working his way up to 2nd after that was all said and done. Tyler Witt's car just packed it up and called it a day. He had it overgeared, I think. I'm kidding. That used to be a problem when old guys like me were racing. We could barely get 4 minutes with batteries. Great race, everyone involved. It's 13.5 A-main time. I thought the last race was confusing for me. All kinds of position changes and lead changes and close races. This is going to be even closer. We got Matt Wilbert. He's going to be your TQ today. Troy Weber, great run for that 2nd spot on the grid. CJ in the 3, Isaac in the 4, JT in the 5, Thomas Kreuzer in the 6, Ben Bliss in the 7, Joaquin Rodriguez straight to the A-main in the 8, Skip Crane and Craig O'Brien. Your bump-ups from the B-main going to round out the field. Let's spread out our marshals. The track is clean. Let's just spread out our marshals quick. Tyler, you make me cry. What a great race. You're reeling them back in, too. I didn't see exactly what happened. I was too busy at the midfield battle. All right, let's spread out our marshals. It was a great race, but we're about to have another one. I could use one more down here by the tech table. Gregory Tenney's already knew it. He's already on it. Let's go ahead and roll them out, guys. Let's roll them out. Apparently, Tyler doesn't completely control electrons. He just couldn't make the electrons. Oh, low on the straightaway, low on the straightaway, low on the straightaway, low on the straightaway, low on the straightaway. Race hasn't even started. I'm already working. Brad, I think you had the most position changes of anyone in the entire field. I had no idea what position you were in ever. Out front of this one, Matt Wilbert with a hard-earned TQ. Troy Weber came very, very close. Couldn't quite take it down. CJ in the 3, Isaac in the 4. They're already there. JT in the 5. Kreuzer in the 6 and Ben Bliss in the 7. That won't be confusing. Joaquin in the 8. Where's our, there's our TQ. Making a stylish entrance. Oh, come on, Wilbert. Ah. All right. This is why we can't get things done on time. All right. All right. Marshall's on your toes. Driver's ready. We're going in less than 5. Patience, 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 patience. That's as good as it's going to be. Matt got away free. Wilbert out front, but he's got CJ and then one of the gold cars and then another one of the gold cars. Isaac with a little bit of a bobble. That's going to give Troy back some of the spots he lost in that first lap. All right, back to the front. It's Matt Wilbert working that center section. He's going to try to fend off CJ Weistenberger. Then we got the battle of the gold cars. It looks like Ben Bliss in front of Thomas Kreuzer, but I could have it backwards and I wouldn't be sure. 5th spot looks like it will be Troy Weber. JT is up to the 6. JT traction rolls in the sweeper. That's going to take him back to the grid, to the back of the grid. All right, your leader in front of me right now, that's Matt Wilbert. He's got the fast lap. He's out in charge of this A main. CJ is not gone yet. Matt Wilbert gets very loose around the keyhole, gives back some of that time to CJ.
4 minutes
Then Kreuzer's worked his way in front of Bliss in the battle of the gold cars, and KOB up to the 5th spot after bumping out of the B main. Troy Weber in the 6, Skip Crane, your other bump up in the 7. Then we got Isaac, Evan, and Joaquin, excuse me, and JT. Sorry, Joaquin, buddy. Your leader, Matt Wilbert. He gives it all back right there, and now he's got CJ all in the mirrors. Kreuzer and Bliss in the battle of the gold cars are going to work for 3rd, but let's watch this battle for the front. It's Matt Wilbert and CJ Weistenberger in front of the driver's stand. Through that center section, Wilbert with the smallest of leads. CJ working him hard. Kreuzer got mirrors full of Bliss for 3 and 4. Troy Weber worked his way back up to 5 in the silver car. And KOB and Isaac and Skip and Joaquin and JT. It is still close. Your lead car, that teal and silver, going over the kicker right now. Built up a little bit of a lead with the fastest lap of the race last time by is Matt Wilbert. CJ Weistenberg hanging on to that 2nd spot. Then the battle of the gold cars. Right now, Ben Bliss winning the battle of the gold cars, but Kreuzer hunting him back down. Troy Weber making up ground after a rough start, and so is Isaac. Isaac gets it wrong. That's going to let JT by. Tenney's at one point was all the way in the back. Now he's back up to 6th. We got 2:40 left. There's more time left than there is to begin. You got plenty of time to work your way back up, guys. Your leader still, Matt Wilbert. He's going over the kicker right now. CJ Weistenberger trying to hunt him down in the black and green. Ben Bliss going to try to hold off Kreuzer for 3rd and 4th in the battle of the gold cars, and Troy Weber in the silver is trying to track him down. We got 2:20 left to go. Matt holding a decent lead there. Looks like about a 2.5 seconds. Give him some room, Joaquin. You're doing good, but you are a lap down. Thanks for the room, Joaquin. Work together. CJ Weistenberger going to be that black and green car. Joaquin's so fast, even though he's a lap down, he's having trouble holding his position there. Bliss and Kreuzer are going to battle for the 3 and the 4. CJ gets it wrong in front of the driver's stand. So does Joaquin. Give him some room, Joaquin. Let him go, let him go. And then let the next car go, and then it's a tough spot. Keep going. You're doing good, you're doing good. That's going to let Weber back in front of Kreuzer for the 4th spot. Back out front, Matt Wilbert in the green and silver. That last table, he's got a 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. There's CJ in the black and green. He's going to be your 2nd car. Gold and white behind him, that's Ben Bliss for 3rd. All silver, that's Troy Weber for 4th. Next gold car, that's Thomas Kreuzer for 5th. And that's probably the best battle on the track right now is Troy Weber for 4th and Kreuzer for 5th in front of the driver's stand right now. Wilbert's checking out a little bit. He's got a little bit of a gap over CJ. It's not done yet at the front. Wilbert gets it wrong in the keyhole. That lets CJ back into it. This is your battle for the lead in front of the driver's stand right now. CJ and Wilbert, door to door, wheel to wheel. I can't believe they kept that straight. If they make a mistake, Bliss is right there in the gold, and then Weber and Kreuzer, they better keep it clean or they're going to give up the win. Your leader right now, Matt Wilbert, in front of the driver's stand. We got 50 seconds to figure out who's going to win this thing. Nose to tail. CJ makes the move on the inside. Wilbert has to give it up. That was clean. That was good. CJ going to try to protect. Wilbert all over the back of him. Bliss trying to hunt him down while they battle it out. Too much battling, going to let Bliss back into this, and Troy Weber is working his way back up. CJ out front by the slimmest of margins. Wilbert goes too tight, clips the pipe. That's going to give CJ just a little breathing room. 27, 26, 25 seconds this time by. We're talking 2 more laps to decide a winner right here. CJ out front in the green and black. Matt Wilbert trying to hunt him down in the silver and green. A little bit of a gap. Bliss and then Weber. 13, 12, 11, 10. This is going to be the final lap, as they say. CJ and Wilbert over that first double. The gap shrinks back up. 3, 2, 1. Finish the lap you're on. Keep going, Kreuzer. You get one more. Wilbert gets it all wrong. Here comes Bliss. Bliss going to try to take it away from him at the end. It's not quite going to be enough. CJ going to win it. Wilbert and Bliss going to come home second and third. Weber going to make his way back up to fourth. Kreuzer in the 5. Skip in the 6. JT in the 7. Isaac in the 8. KOB in the 9. And Joaquin going to round out the 13-5 A main. Good race, guys. Good race, everybody. Great race. What's up, Stogie? This is fun. I like this. At least there's good racing to call. Every Saturday Night Fever is competitive racing here at Trackside, and if you think this is good, don't forget to sign up for the Team Associated Championships coming to a black dirt surface near you. This is Modified Buggy A main time. It's Cole Tollard, Chad Dew, Alejandro Vegas, Tyler Witt, Brad Shearer, Eric Krivitz, Alec Walters, Austin Wick, Andy Krivitz, and Brad Schmidt. Gonna round out the Modified Buggy A main. Yeah, you worked your way back up, Troy. That was a tough start. You made your way through a lot of cars. And then you kept shrinking the gap. There just wasn't enough time. Bliss was the only guy who had a peaceful race out there. He was all by himself the whole time. Let's roll him out. Let's warm him up for the last race my voice has to deal with. I'm in the next one. All of these fine vehicles are checked in. This one's mine, buddy. This is as good as it gets. I love me some Modified Buggy mains. I'm sorry. Jim Tollard thinks he's funny, everybody. Jim Tollard thinks he's funny. He's not, but he thinks he is. No, huge love for the Tollards. Jim giving me a hard time. He's calling my A main a B main. That's not fair. That's not fair. You know, Jim, you have a stock buggy. I don't see it on the track today, Jim. All kidding aside, this will be your Modified Buggy A main. And since you guys are such seasoned professional drivers, I don't even have to tell you where to line up. You guys know where you lined up. All right, we got a great group of marshals here. All right. It's A main time. Marshals, let's look on your toes. Drivers, be ready. We're going in less than 5. Patience, patience, patience. That's what I was always told. Patience, patience, patience. That's a good start. That's a very good start. It's Cole Tollard. It's Chad Dew. It's Alejandro Vegas. It's Tyler Witt and Brad Shearer. It's a great start. It's grid order. Over that first double. Cole Tollard going to try to hold off Chad Dew. Cole got him in 4-wheel drive, but it's 2-wheel drive time now, and Chad Dew is all up in his mirrors, looking to take one back from Cole Tollard. Alejandro Vegas right there. As soon as there's an error, Tyler Witt, after a depressing four-wheel drive main, going to try to make up for it in two-wheel drive. Brad Shearer right behind him, hot in tow. Smallest of gaps ever to Krivitz, Walters, Wick, Krivitz, and Schmidt. Back to the front we go. It's the Associated show of Cole Tollard and Chad Dew through the sweeper into that first turn. It's all the Associateds over the double. We got hardly a minute in. We got 4 more minutes to figure it out. I think it's going to take a long time.
4 minutes left.
Couple of mistakes back in the field. Regardless at the front, it's going to be Tollard and Dew. Vegas and Witt. Witt working Vegas as hard as he can through the sweeper. We got 2 separate battles at the front. Tollard and Dew, Vegas and Witt. Eric Krivitz working his way up to 5th. He's going to have mirrors full of Austin Wick for that 6th spot. It's close throughout the field. Back up front, Cole Tollard trying to get a little bit of a gap over Chad Dew. Chad holding it close, though. Then Vegas and Witt. You guys can see it. I don't have to tell you what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4 over the kicker. These are your first 4 cars. We got Melee behind. These guys are going to check out. Austin Wick is going to inherit the 5th spot. And Alec Walters going to inherit the 6th. But back to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tollard, Dew, Vegas, Witt. Over the kicker. Last jump and down the back stretch. This is your battle for the main. A little bit of a bobble by Dew there. Going to give Cole just the smallest amount of breathing room and put Vegas right in the mirrors. Witt waiting for a mistake in 4th. There's a long time to figure it out. We got 2:50 left to go in this one, drivers. Just barely across that 2-minute mark. Top 4 drivers all within a couple of seconds. When you see him coming up behind you, give him some room. Your leader, Cole Tollard, working that middle section in the infield in the pink, white, and blue, looking great. Chad Dew back on his horse in the red, white, and checkerboard. He's starting to pull back away from the Vegas and Witt battle we got for the 3rd spot. Last spot on the podium could go to one of these 2 drivers over that first double. Vegas and Witt gonna battle for that 3rd spot. Right now, Tollard and Dew have leveled themselves out. Everybody else in the lap down club right now. Tollard and Dew battling through that sweeper and across that first turn. Chad Dew took 3/10 out of Cole Tollard last lap by. It looked like that gap was shrinking. Here comes Chad Dew. Brad giving everyone plenty of room. Great driving. Thank you, sir. The battle right now, as we see it, Tollard and Dew across that first double for the modified A main. Last time by, almost identical laps. Vegas is pulled away from Witt. Witt with a couple of mistakes. That's going to move Vegas solidly into the 3rd spot. He's looking forward, but the gap is stretching. Tollard and Dew are pulling away from the field across that first double. Tollard's pulling away from the field, but he's not pulling away from Chad Dew. Chad Dew on the red, white, and checkerboard. Power slides his way through the infield. Who cares what direction it's pointed? Chad will straighten it out. Down the back stretch, this is modified buggy racing. Cole Tollard going to be your leader over that first double, trying to shake free from Chad Dew. Just can't do it. Chad hanging on to the back, just waiting for that mistake. He's got 1:10 to find it over the kicker. A couple more tenths look to be disappearing. We're going to see this time by 16.5 off of Cole, 16.7 off Chad. Chad gave back a couple of tenths at the end of that lap, but it's certainly not done yet. We got a minute to sort it out. Tollard and Dew over the kicker. You see the gap. Then Vegas, Witt, Wick, Walters, Shear, Eric and Andy Krivitz, and Brad Schmidt going to round it out. But for 45 seconds, we're going to figure out who's faster, Cole Tollard or Chad Dew. In front of the driver's stand, Cole Tollard taking advantage of that TQ. He was TQ. He got out front early, and he's going to try to protect it against Chad Dew. 32 seconds across the line this time. 2, maybe 3 laps. Chad has to hunt him down. Can he do it? In front of the driver's stand, Cole Tollard looking smooth and fast. Going to try to hold off Dew. We'll see what the lap timer reads this time by. Chad is definitely pulling him in. This time by, it looks like 0.7 of a second in favor of Dew. Walters messes up. Gets in the, it happens. It happens, guys. 5 seconds left. Ollie got ahead of Chad. That's for position. I'm sorry, that's for position. Vegas and Dew going to battle this one to the line. Vegas steals it on the last lap from Dew for the 2nd spot. Somewhere Tyler Witt's going to come home 4th. Witt going to come home 5th. Walters in the 6th. Shearer in the 7. Andy Krivitz in the 8. Brad Schmidt going to miss out on the 9 to Eric Krivitz. Cole Tollard taking it home. Alejandro inherits second place. Chad getting some bad luck on the last lap. Ollie ran a great race to even be in position to take it back on the last lap, though. It's stock buggy A-main time, or as Jim Tollard calls it, who cares? This is the best race of the day. And unfortunately, I'm in it, so I'll be over there in a second, guys.
Found it. How we doing on Marshalls? No, you guys are. Waiting on our extraordinaire. Final race of the day, guys. Thanks for all coming out. Remember the big one, 3 weeks from now. Tires, all that happy stuff. All right, let's check them in. One lap. Then we're going to line them up. We're going to go CJ, then we're going to go Paul, Ben, Greg, Adam, Ryan, Declan, Isaac, and Tyler. Rodriguez, are you here? Check in, please. What? Where's Jay Quali at? It's hot up here. How do you do this? Yeah, but I'm really fat, so. Okay. All right, let's line them up. Again, it's going to be CJ, Paul, Ben, Craig, Adam, Ryan, Thomas, Declan, and Isaac, and Tyler. What are you doing? Drivers ready. Marshals are ready. Guys, here we go. Last race of the day on the snow. What? Oh, what happened? Guys. Get that guy in the bound. Right here. Right here. Put him in. Who's 6 is Ryan. Come on, guys. You've been here all day. All right, guys. Here we go. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. Less than 5. And we're off. Clean start, guys. Work together, work together, work together. Come on, I love it. It's a go, it's a go. CJ with the early lead. Let's stretch that out over Paul. We got CJ. Change up here. Paul's starting to track down CJ. We'll see what happens. The long 5 minutes. CJ out to the early lead. Paul Wick in that second spot. And then we got Ryan, Isaac, Adam, Ben, Thomas, Jacqueline, and Tyler, and Craig. Work together, guys. Work together. Race hard, race clean. Let's find our leader. Up and over the
left.
camel shell, I'll call it, into the pit of despair. Paul Wick starting to chase him down here. Your battle coming down the back straightaway. Into that sweeper, into the first double here. Paul Wick. 17-4. Fast lap. Picked up about 6/10 on that last lap. All right, Paul Wick making his move early here. 1.5 down, 3.5 to go. 1.5 down, 3.5 to go. We'll pick up our battle as it goes over the tabletop in the back, or in the front, I should say. Paul Wick looking for that little spot here. Oh, he goes wide. Paul going to try to take him down the inside. CJ just gets ahead of him. Drivers, we're approaching 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago, over the back tabletop. They come around Paul Wick, looking, searching, hoping, looking for a way around him.
Left.
CJ tightening up his lines, making that car as wide as possible as they take it down into the first corner, up and over the double. Paul Wick all over him. Holding tight onto those tubes. Paul Wick coming out of retirement. Getting a little practice in here. Stockman extraordinaire. Almost 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. Last race of the day. So we got CJ, Paul, Ryan, Isaac, Thomas, Ben, your top 6. Rodriguez, Scott, O'Brien. Rounding out your field. Marshall told Colt Tullard. All over it. Nice clean race, guys. I'm loving it. Work together, though. Oh, Colt Tullard. Oh, we got a pile up. We got a couple pile ups. Brad Shear all over it. Let's find our leader. Stretching it out a little bit. I don't know if I missed anything, but now got a pretty much about a little less than a full straightaway on Mr. Wick. We got less than 2 minutes to go. Less than 2 minutes to go. I'm not sure if Jamie does tabs in the shop, but if you have one, you better go pay him. Otherwise, Sarah will come hunting you down. She's kind of ornery right now. I know. All right, let's see if Paul Wick can get some damage done here. Starting to catch up to CJ a little bit. CJ on his best lap here. Let's see what it is. A 17-3. I did. CJ, Paul, Isaac, Thomas, Ben, your top 5. Stock A main. Again, 3 weeks, the big
1
one.
minute left.
You know who's going to be here. You're Ryan Cavalieri coming in. Dustin Evans, now part of Team Associated. He'll be here. Spencer Rivkin's going to be here. World champs in the house. We'll have a fresh layout. Remember our next series race. Oh, Paul Wick getting a little sideways here. He's trying to, DJ extending his lead here. About 30 seconds to go, 30 seconds. Let's see what happens. CJ over the double. Paul, oh, hangs that tube. Tyler Witt all over it. Our next Saturday Night Fever race, the 14th of October, which will be on the layout for the AE race. So, if you want some extra practice, circle that date. Again, October 14th, I believe, is the day. But if you need some practice and everything, 2, 1, here we go. Racing to the line, guys, racing to the line. We're finishing up. Looks like CJ takes this one, wire to wire. Paul Wick right there. Thomas, Ben, Isaac. Your top 5. Everybody is done. That's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. Drive safe. Have fun. Mic drop.
Somebody has misplaced their cellular telephone device in the scoring booth. Like some purple carbon fiber on here. Gregory Tenney's, does your phone have purple carbon? Is this you? Okay, I'll bring it right over. Thanks to everyone for coming out today and dealing with my ridiculousness. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next Saturday Fever. Right? It's 2 weeks, right? There's an internet. It'll tell you when it is. Yeah, because it's like 2 weeks to Saturday Fever and then the big race, right? Yeah. 2 weeks to the most important Saturday Fever for some time, the one right before the big race. We'll see. We got track rebuild next weekend to get ready for the Saturday Fever and the big events. Circle the dates on your calendar. Trackside going to be the place to be in October.